Southern Charm's Madison LeCroy shocked fans at BravoCon 2025 after a sudden and frightening car crash in Las Vegas left the reality star shaken, emotional, and forced to cancel her scheduled appearance. It all unfolded on the evening of November 15, 2025, a day that had started like any other glamorous BravoCon weekend, but ended in a moment that reminded everyone just how quickly life can swerve off course. Earlier that day, Madison had been glowing at the event, smiling for photos, joining panels packed with fans, and speaking about motherhood, filming, and the future of Southern Charm. She attended the Parents' Night Out panel, where she opened up about life as a mother of two, sharing how obsessed she is with her newborn daughter, Teddy, and how seamlessly her 12-year-old son, Hudson, has stepped into the role of protective big brother. Her energy was warm, her spirits were high, and she appeared to be having one of her most successful BravoCon appearances yet. But later that night, as Madison and her team were heading back to their hotel before her scheduled taping of Watch What Happens Live, the unexpected happened. Heavy rains had been hitting Las Vegas throughout the day, causing flooding on roads around the venues. While driving through one of these storm-affected areas, their vehicle became involved in a collision that left everyone inside deeply shaken. Although the crash did not result in severe injuries, the emotional impact was immediate. The jolt, the panic, the sudden realization that a fun, fan-filled day had taken a terrifying turn, it all came crashing at once. Madison later described the moment as frightening and admitted that she and her team were still catching their breath from the incident. She emphasized how grateful she was that everyone walked away safely. No broken bones, no hospital emergencies. But the mental shock was unmistakable. You could feel it in her words, her tone, and the way fans reacted across social platforms. The moment Madison announced she wouldn't make it to Watch What Happens Live, fans watched in real time as the Bravoverse shifted from excitement to concern. Her scheduled appearance was part of the buzzworthy #1 Guys and Gals episode that would pit casts from multiple hit series, including Southern Charm, Summer House, The Valley, and Southern Hospitality, in a fun, chaotic Bravo-style battle of the sexes. For Madison, this was supposed to be a big moment. Her absence was instantly noted, instantly discussed, and instantly felt. When she shared her message, she sounded both apologetic and overwhelmed, saying she was sad to miss the show, but thankful for the love she'd received from fans throughout the day. This wasn't the dramatic Madison people see on screen. This was Madison the human being, shaken but grateful, scared but composed. It was a raw moment that cut through the glitz of BravoCon and reminded fans that even reality stars are not immune to real-life danger. Social media exploded with reactions. Fans flooded her comment sections with messages like, "Glad you're okay, take all the time you need," and "Health comes first." Fellow Bravo celebrities quietly sent their support behind the scenes. Even those who weren't at BravoCon felt the shock, because anytime a cast member announces a car crash during such a major event, it's impossible not to worry. Meanwhile, the weather in Las Vegas continued to be a talking point. The heavy rain, the flooding, the slippery roads, all of it created dangerous conditions, and Madison's experience was suddenly part of a larger story about how chaotic the weekend weather had become. Many fans noted how unpredictable the conditions were, and how easily such an accident could happen, especially with the constant travel and tight schedules BravoCon demands. But let's take a step back and remember who Madison LeCroy is in the Bravo universe. Known for her bold personality, her frank honesty, her beauty business success, and her headline-making storylines, she's been a breakout star since joining Southern Charm's main cast in Season 7. Over the years, she's grown from a fiery newcomer into a central figure in the franchise. Then, in 2025, everything in her personal life shifted again when she and her husband Brett Randall welcomed their daughter Teddy, a moment that softened Madison's image and brought a new level of maturity and emotion to her on-screen presence. At BravoCon, she had been radiating that new mom glow, sharing cute anecdotes about how tiny Teddy already has her wrapped around her finger, laughing about how expensive parenthood can be, and speaking proudly about how her son Hudson has embraced his role as big brother. All of that joy made the accident later that night even more emotionally jarring. To go from a full day of celebrating family, fans, and the show, to suddenly being hit with a terrifying real-world scare, it's the kind of emotional whiplash no one expects. In the aftermath of the crash, Madison made the tough decision to cancel not only her Watch What Happens live appearance, but all her remaining BravoCon commitments. It was disappointing for fans who hoped to see her, but it was also completely understandable. Sometimes the body needs a moment to recover, not just physically, but mentally. She said she was sad to miss the show, but grateful above all else that everyone was safe. You could feel the sincerity in her words. What makes this moment even more significant is its timing. Southern Charm Season 11 is set to premiere just days after the accident. Madison's storyline this season already includes balancing motherhood with filming, navigating her friendships, and stepping into a new phase of life. Now, viewers are naturally wondering if the crash and its emotional aftermath will influence how she enters the new season spotlight. And it's not just about storyline. Fans care about Madison. Whether they agree with her, clash with her, love her, or critique her, she's become one of the most discussed personalities in the Bravo universe. So when something scary happens, the reaction is immediate and emotional. This wasn't just another celebrity headline. This was a moment when the drama wasn't produced, wasn't edited, wasn't made for television. It was real. Even with the shock, Madison handled the situation with calmness and gratitude. No anger, no blame, no outburst, just relief and a humble acknowledgement that things could have been much worse. She thanked fans for their support, celebrated her team's safety, and promised to recover and regroup. As the days go on and BravoCon 2025 fades into memory, this incident will remain one of the most talked about moments of the weekend, not because of scandal, but because of vulnerability, because it showed that behind the cameras, the panels, the fan frenzy, and the viral clips, the stars of these shows are real people, navigating real highs and lows. Now all eyes are on Madison as she takes time to rest, reconnect with her family, and likely prepared to return to the world of Southern Charm stronger than ever. Fans will surely see her address this moment in her own way. Maybe in an interview, maybe in a social media update, maybe during the new season's press cycle. What's undeniable is that the incident has added a dramatic, unexpected chapter to her ongoing story, and the Bravo audience will be watching closely. For now, the Bravoverse is simply relieved she's safe. The crash may have stopped her from stepping onto the BravoCon stage, but it hasn't stopped her story. If anything, it's made viewers more invested, more supportive, and more eager to see what comes next for Madison LeCroy. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more celebrity updates just like this.